Hello everybody, it's Frankie Day, back again on YouTube. Okay guys, today on YouTube we have, I have an unboxing review. I bought a new kit yesterday. And I received my naval pension, and so I ventured down to my favorite hobby shop and got this. And this will make an excellent collection to my maritime fleet. I'll probably end up building this too. Pretty much so. Anyway guys, before I show you the kit and everything like that, this is a Trumpeter kit. It's by it's a Trumpeter kit. It's the HMS Dreadnought at a scale of 1/350. This is a very, very beautiful kit. The kit comes with photo-etch fittings, railings, everything, and for a handsome sum of $72. I got it for $50. And it's a very beautiful kit. It's very wonderful. And I'll tell a little history about this thing before we get started in the unboxing review, fellas. The HMS Dreadnought was the first modern battleship that was conceived in the early 20th century. By 1907, the English, the ministry, they wanted a better battleship, and there was plans drawn out for the HMS Dreadnought. And the Admiralty wanted to build it to see what this thing could do. Because you got to realize, fellas, after during the Spanish-American War of 1898, even before during the Civil War, the ironclad, ugly-looking, clunky-looking things. And until almost the late part of the 19th century, they started making pre-dreadnoughts, like the USS Oregon, the cruiser Olympia, and the Kearsarge, the Battleship Maine, Battleship Massachusetts, Battleship Michigan. All the United States Navy battleships pre-World War I dreadnoughts were built during the era of the late 19th century, around 1895, 1893, because they were getting away from the square-shaped, clunky-looking ironclads that was used during the Civil War. So, to reduce drag in the water and reduce buoyancy, a lot of sailing, say they redesigned a new battleship. So, by 1907, the Admiralty received the blueprints and plans for the HMS Dreadnought. And by 1912, she was launched, and she has been in His Majesty's Royal Navy from 1912 up to 1921. She was very short-lived by 9 years. She had 9 years of service. And she was actually deployed to the dismantler's torch, and they scrapped her. She was the first modern battleship, dreadnought, that inspired the United States Navy and all navies around the world in making dreadnoughts in its fashion. So she got the keystone of design for battleships of the 20th century. You look at the Arizona, the Oklahoma, the Nevada, and you look at the English battle wagons like the Iron Duke, the Belfast. All these had these casement-looking structures on the bow and the stern area. They were true battleships for their time. The HMS Dreadnought was a very wonderful ship. She was a flagship for the Royal Navy, and she was short-lived. And by 1921, during the Washington Treaty Act, is when all nations only allowed to make so many battleships. You can't make too many, and so believe me, folks, a lot of wars have started over the reduction of battleships. So the Royal Navy and the United States Navy were the only nations that abided by the Washington Treaty Act. The other nations, like Japan and Germany, they kept on making more and more and more of them. And by doing so, they built up a small navy into a vast navy. And that's how it all developed for the battleship development in that series of events. Okay, folks, the HMS Dreadnought, fully loaded with a complement of ship's crew and also magazine ammunition. She weighs 34,000 tons. She's 508 feet long. No, I take it back. I'm sorry, folks. I apologize. She's 608 feet long. She was very, very big for her day. She's probably one of the biggest battleships that was out there before the event of the United States Navy. They started making the Nevada class battleships, and also Tennessee class and Colorado class battleships. They were bigger. They're 624 feet. HMS Dreadnought is a very beautiful, one-of-a-kind battleship. To me, it's a very, very true battleship in all due respects, even in its own right. And we'll go ahead and present the kit, and we'll go through the parts, folks, and have a little chat, and when we'll close up the video, that'll be that. Okay, gentlemen, in the beginnings, here's the box top of the HMS Dreadnought. It's by Trumpeter. These Trumpeter, they've been really putting out the kits, fellas. I kid you not. They just keep bringing them out, bringing them out, bringing them out, bringing them out. And believe you me, they really put out some good kits. Now, I saw this at the hobby shop yesterday. I looked at it and said, man, that's HMS Dreadnought. I think there's a couple of injection model companies that did make this. One's by Tom Models Works. They more or less deal with resin models. There's a resin model of this, and believe you me, it's very highly expensive. This kit retails for $71. But you get a 1/350 scale or a 1/700 scale model of this in resin, you're going to pay at least four times the cost of this kit. So multimedia kits like resin and photo-etch and metal parts, they're very, very expensive because the mold's only one time only. Once those molds get worn out, they're destroyed. And once you got the dinosaur, they can never be duplicated again. But this is a good kit, folks. Anybody that's in the battleships, the nautical gang out there, sailors like myself, this is a very, very good kit to get. I highly recommend it. It shows it in anchorage right now. And incidentally, I forgot to mention on the beginning for the box review, the HMS Dreadnought missed Jutland by 2 days because after she sunk a U-boat, her first victory was sinking the U-29. And after she sunk that U-boat, she had orders to go back for maintenance. And she missed Jutland. And even today there's controversy. I wonder how much firepower that she could be able to deliver during the Battleship War. That was one of the last great battleship wars there ever was, the Battle of Jutland. The Army men on the HMS Dreadnought are 10, 12-inch guns. Most powerful guns that there was at the time. And it was a pride of the English Navy. And it's very short-lived by 9 years of her service, and she was scrapped. Very shame. Very, very, very sad. Anyway, getting back to the kit, folks, this is a scale 1/350. The side of the box, it has an over-profile view of the deck. You can see the signal navigation bridge, which is painted some kind of like a red oxide, almost like that of the Arizona. And I get closer here with this camera, folks. You can see those turrets. She's got exactly 2, 4, 5. She has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12-inch barbettes, Tommy turrets. That's her primary weaponry. And she had she had 8 5-inch guns on her. Of course, she had Mike boats and Jolly boats, also captain gigs on there too. And we'll review that as we go through the kit. As we turn on the dock side here again, it shows you an option here. All painted battleship gray, which is extra dark sea gray, which is dark sea gray. which was the color schedule on all English battleships during that era of Jutland. This is her as she represented 1915. And I can't see much difference in these two profiles. Anyway, folks, right here shows you the contents of the box right over here. Right over here. And all your photo-etch parts. Right here. Railings. Parts for your boats. Your stack louvers. And you got a miscellaneous, a lot of parts on there. Of course, over here written in Chinese, which I can't read. You got an English there. It says this is not a toy. 14 years on up, this kit's recommended for. A beautiful kit. Now, we'll get to the goodies. Put the box at the side. Opening the box, you're greeted with a host of parts and trees wrapped individually in cellophane baggies. And we'll get to the instructions first. And we'll get to the photo etches and the parts of the kit in general. Okay, guys. This is a typical trumpeter right here. Pardon me. Okay, guys. They give you a sample color call out for this kit. Over in here gives you call outs of paint numbers. They got paint manufacturers called as reference colors. You got the Vallejo, Model Master, Mr. Hobby, which is Gunji Sanyo. And that's about it. And they give you the numbers of the paints. You get the Vallejo, which I'm not going to get no more. I will get testers. Model Master paints. I trust them. They're very, very good paints. But you got to use them fast. You don't have to dry up on you, folks. It'll be in a world of hurt. So that's what you use next kit. So the best thing you do is seal those bottles with wax. Take a candle and you take a paint bottle and you seal wax right around that darned thread of the jar. Then screw your cap on real tight. It'll stay fresh for a long, long time. If you don't, that's it'll dry out just like that. You'll be in a world of hurt, especially when you need it on the fly to paint something like this. Then you have to go all the way back to the store and get yourself some paint. That's the way it goes. Anyway, getting back to the color reference chart of this ship, they give you the bow views, stern view. The paint schedule's all dark gray. Decks are called for tab, which are teak. So when you guys are painting this model, if you guys got this kit, got this model at the house or in your stash, any deck, any ship, they're all teak, folks. Don't get no testers, wood color, or look like I get teak. It's by Tamaya. It's the closest thing to it. And that's it right there, folks. And it tells you the location of the colors of the paint and everything. And it's a very, very beautiful ship. Okay, guys, also included the kit, what Trumpeter does. I guess test shots or catalog, I don't know what it is. It's a supplementary piece of ad flyer that goes with the kit. It tells you the kits you got to get the Sky Warrior, which is all retooled. I think I'll get me one of those. I think it's 148 scale. Yeah, it's 148 scale. It's all been retooled. The A3D Sky Warrior. When I was aboard the USS Oriskany, we had a whole squadron of these, and they were actually being phased out. At the time I was actually boarded that ship before I got my term up. They were phasing them out along with F3H Demons, and what else they had? Vigilantes too, A3J Vigilantes. They're getting rid of those too, and also they kept the SPADs, the Able Dogs, but they're used pretty much throughout the Vietnam War. Anyway, folks, this here pertains to this kit. This is upcoming. It's all this is a flyer, a heads up telling me, hey, 1/48 scale. I'm being retooled. Meet me at your nearest hobby shop. In the back here are scale models. These are just for the Armor Gang. Catalog here tells you what's up for August 2013. Boy, I tell you one thing, this thing's out of date. This model has been around for a while, boys. At least by a year, so it tells you other kits they got here. He has a Dreadnought right here that shows you a test sample of it. Right over here. That's about that right there. No great importance, folks. There's a supplementary flyer right there to tell you, hey, what's shaking for this month. Okay, guys, getting to the instructions now. The instructions are a typical trumpeter in a nice booklet form. There's exactly 46 steps to this model that completes it. So you got a lot of parts, and they've all beautifully molded. And care must be taken and removing the parts from the trees, because like I say, folks, the only thing that aggravates me about Trumpeter is that they got a part here on the part tree, on the sprue tree, and they got these little tabs on there. Actually, these are called channels. Now these channels come right from the sprue to form that part right there. So it's pretty ingenious, but like I say, it's a pain in the ass for guys like us, because it takes a long time to step those things off, clean it, trim it real well, make sure everything's nice and clean before putting on the model. So be it to make a nice model accurate. That's what you get to put up with. Okay, right here, folks, on the beginning of this instruction booklet for the HMS Dreadnought of 1915. It tells you read before assembly, do's and don'ts, and you got your codes right here. And it tells you your call-outs, your icon call-outs. When you open up the first page, you're greeted with parts list. All those sprues are marked A, B, C, D, E, and F for easy location of parts. And actually what it is, this is a parts list of everything that's included in this kit. Because of all the sprues, it comes with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 sprues. And you got 17 sprues. The 17 sprue is the hull itself right there. The hull of this model is 21 inches long, gang. It's a pretty good size ship. It's a good model. A Ghetto would like to build something like this. I haven't heard from my buddy Ghetto from across the pond. He's a very, very wonderful model builder. And a lot of the old gang I haven't seen a long time on YouTube. I don't know what's going on, folks, but maybe you guys are getting burned out. I don't know, but I sure miss some of you old folks. Like Warren Blanchard, I miss him very much. And I know Speedy Mark 197. He's busy working. He's got his job, so I guess it's jobs and priorities that keeps you away from YouTube land. Fortunately, I work 6 to 7 days a week, and it's a miracle itself. I'm at my age. I'm being 74 years old, you know, and doing this and working all day long. How I got the strength? Well, like I say, is God gives me strength. Okay, guys, right here is your decals. Over here's all your photo-etch parts they give you. Anchor chain. And the assembly instruction just goes on and on, folks. You know, we don't have to go through all the instructions and everything, but they're all sub-assemblies. That's why the Arizona went together pretty quick. Now, when I first bought my 1/200 scale Trumpeter USS Arizona, the kit consists of over 1,000 parts. That's a lot of parts. And but to go together quick, because this thing is more or less constructed. It's a great engineering feat for model ingenuity, also engineering, is that everything is built sub-assembly wise for you. So you just gotta follow step-by-step instructions. It tells you sub-assembly of your bridge, your stacks, your boat cradles, your bike boats, your 40-foot work boats, captain gigs, your punts, whale boats, anything that has assembly of parts, it's called sub-assemblies. They're all completed and they're all painted individually. Then, when the hull's all painted, deck's all painted, you take the previous painted sub-assemblies. It's magic. Okay, boys. That's about it right there with the instructions. It just goes on and on, steps. There's 46 steps on here. It was a very good kit. The detail of this kit is very, very amazingly. I mean, Trumpeter, they got a pretty good handle on this stuff. And now you know why. They always got cameras all the time taking pictures of everything. They make sure they don't leave no stones uncovered. So maybe we need to do that. Okay, guys, right here in the beginning is the hull. This hull is pretty good size. It's a good whopping 20. I think it's about 22 inches long. It's a good sized model, folks. The hull comes in two sections. Comes in two halves. Now inside the hull, folks, you got frames in here that fit inside here. I'll get a little closer, folks. See those holes right there? These are frames. These little frames, they're former frames. Actually, they're stiffeners to keep the hull strong instead of being like the Revell 142.6 Arizona. When you put the hull together, the hull will give. But these formers in here will make the hull nice and rigid. It won't give. It won't give you that give. It's always good to put some weight in here too, folks. That gives them all a little umph. So anyway, that's what these holes are there for. And once those formers are glued inside there, you take the hull, glue them together, and you go ahead and make quite certain that your seams are filled in with your choice of filler. It's an option. You're not going to see it anyway, though. Me, I don't like seams. I got to get rid of them. They drive me nuts. Anyway, so the detail of this thing is very, very good. You got the typical ram bow of a true battleship. And she's actually the world's first dreadnought. Back in the Spanish-American War, they were pre-dreadnoughts. And all of our battleships that we made during the 1915, 1960 World War I era was influenced, inspired by this ship. Everybody in the world were designing battleships in this fashion. So anyway, that was a pretty good. Maybe that's probably a foresight what the Royal Navy's saying. So well, heck, this thing's going to go out. It's going to go out like a dodo real quick because everybody's going to start copying our way of building it, and that'll probably be a lot better than ours. So that'll be that. That might be the case. There's probably other reasons. She could be just actually obsolete before her time, and they're making better battleships. That's probably highly likely the case. Okay, guys, that's Sprue number 1. That was the hull. It has the portholes. This is a beautiful model, man, I tell you. I'm going to have fun building this. When it starts snowing, I'm starting building. Okay, guys, here's these little formers I was talking about that go inside the hull. See the locating pins on here like that? They fit inside the hull. That way, you glue the hull together, the hull's steady, ain't going nowhere. So that's what this sprue consists of. You got parts up here which are uncertain, I don't know what they are, the detail parts. Look like they go up on a navigation or signal bridge. Right here looks like you got your boat tablets. Now see these little things here, fellas? This is what I'm talking about right here. These little tips up here. Both things are a pain in the ass. Every part's got them damn things on there. And like I say, what they are, they're channels. And these little channels right here, that's these little things sticking up. You guys can see them right from there. And those things there, actually, that's where they start pouring the plastic into it when it's in its liquid state before it solidifies. It goes to those little channels to form that part, which is good. But it just takes a lot of cleaning up, so it gives you something to do. Okay, guys. On sprue number 2, there are 2 sprues in each baggie, fellas, with the exception of this sprue here. This is only for the hull only. And of course, they've got a couple parts up there. Probably go to the flying bridge or single bridge, like I said previously. But anyway, this has got 2 sprues in this here baggie. And this sprue consists of, you got your gun turrets, you got your 10-inch gun turrets, your barbettes, your turrets here. You got your 12-inch guns. You got your cruise work boats on there. You got your 6-pounders right there. More boats. And a host of a lot of fine parts. You got your screws, 2 rudders. Incidentally, the HMS Dreadnought had 4 screws and 2 rudders. Okay, folks. And this baggie is only 1 sprue. This contains jolly boats, work boats, ship stack, funnel rear stack, forward stack, casement housings, part of your bridge. Here's your, where am I at? There you go, folks. There's your breakwater right here that goes on the forecastle. There's your boat nest right there, your boat cradle right there. Next sprue. This thing is completely covered. Anyway, folks, we got that styrofoam in there for protection, which is very good for shipping. And you got your bilge kills. You got bilge kills right here, fit aside your fuse. And also, you got your stuffing. You got your jack staff, ensign staff, and a few other sundry parts which I don't know what they go to. Of course, you got 2 more screws right there. 2 of the last screw, 2 of this one here. Okay, folks, you got 1 sprue in here. This right here looks like it's a ship stand right here. The nameplate of the stand of the ship, of the name of the ship. It comes with a beautiful looking stand. And I was kind of surprised how come Trumpeter, that 1/200 scale Arizona that I bought, I was wondering how come they didn't include a stand. The rest of their maritime kits that they build, that they produce, has stands to them. But I guess that's more like a connoisseur model, and they left the display stand to the builder, to the discretion of the builder. So, anyway, this is going. Arizona's going to a display case. I got a special ways that I'm gonna have mounted on a stand. It's gonna be all lacquered real good. Look nice when I get done, boys. Anyway, folks, this parts I don't know what they are, but I assume we'll know what they are once I build the kit. I do know this up here is a ship stand. It's a ship's nameplate that's mounted to the ship stand. So that sprue is no great importance. Just the only thing I can identify is the nameplate of the ship. Okay, folks, right here superstructure details. Looks like you got your signal bridge, the pilot house top. And it looks like it's all superstructure stuff. And also you got the other parts. I don't know what they are. But it probably goes to the bridge. Here's a separate baggie again, fellas. More boats. But they got a couple deck houses right there. I don't know what they are. They're probably skylights. I'll soon find out where they go to once I build them all. Okay, boys. We got 2 more. We've got 2 more parts to go before we get to the photo etch. Okay, guys, here's the stand they gave me in the kit. This is the ship stand. And I imagine that nameplate probably will fit on the side somewhere. But tomorrow, I got to go down to the hobby shop. They got a finished display wooden base that'll fit this here model for $19. I want to pick it up. I'll add on the display piece for this here, and I'll go down there to Lowe's or Home Depot and get me some lamp pedals, which make excellent pedestals you can display your ship on. They're good. They work real well. Anyway, folks, this is the display stand that goes to the mighty Dreadnought. And we got one more ejection plastic piece to go after this. And we'll go to the decals and the photo etch parts. And we'll have a little chatter and close up the video. Okay, boys, here's the deck. It's a one-piece deck right here. Well, the detail is, you can't be able to see it because you got that darn styrofoam, that soft styrofoam on there. It's used for the to protect it from getting scratched and busted. So this is the deck, folks, the main deck. Now next, after that, this is the main deck here, fits forward. Because you got to realize that the HMS Dreadnought incorporated from an 1898 Spanish-American War design, as they made an upper superstructure and deck. It fits right on top of the main deck. So, to give you guys an example, this is how she goes, like that. She fits right on top of the main deck like this. You can see where the break, yeah, right there's the brake water right there. That's what breaks right here. So that includes ejection of the parts, folks. Right here, the railings in this are very, the deck work is very, very well pronounced and recessed. Very nice. Beautiful model. Okay, guys, I decided the kit to give you 1, 2, 3, 4 frets. These are your photo etch parts. Where they go to, I don't know. It looks like what they look like to me. It looks like they're boat chocks that fit on top of the boat cradles. And you got some small other parts too, which I don't know where they go to, but I will find out once I build the kit. The back side had the same thing, so actually there's 2 frets inside this little baggie. You can close this little baggie right here. Okay, folks, the next baggie has the anchor chain, which is right here, and these are your railings. They give you railings, so you can see the railings there, folks, which is a godsend. I like that. See, that's the only time I will use photo etch, if it comes with the kit. In other words, I'm not going to go up there and buy any photo etch, because I'm not going to model convention shows. I mean, if I go to a model show, I can see buying that because they actually spruces up the build and catches the judge's eye, and you get a trophy out of it. But that's the only time I will buy photo etch an event like that. Okay, folks, you got back-to-back railings on the back side here. There's parts of the stack. You got your stack louvers up here. The stack louvers over here. They got to be formed. There's another one over here. Your stack here. Excuse me, folks. The darn thing blacked out on me. But miscellaneous parts. Lastly is decals, if I can get them. Decals are not too hateful. Get a little close so you can see them, folks. And Mr. Webcam will cooperate with me. See if it's legible. HMS Dreadnought, that probably goes on the side of the hull. You got your Union Jacks there. I don't think it's got any draft markers for the hull. Huh. I'm kind of puzzled, guys, on that last pet right there. I wonder that's enough railings they gave me for my for the main deck. Looks like to me there's only one thread in there for the railings. I think that's probably about do it. Okay, folks. Again, that'll about do it right there. For the inbox review of the Trumpeter 1/350 scale HMS Dreadnought, in all her splendor, in all her glory. A very beautiful dreadnought she was, and a pride of the English Navy at one time. But the problem with her demise, fellas, that she was just her design. She was obsolete before her time, because they knew, the Admiralty knew, even the people who designed the ship itself knew that once everybody's pretty well convinced and approved of that design of that battleship, we're going to start making battleships just like that, even better, which we did, which they did too, and rendering that ship obsolete. Just like aircraft, guys, there's a lot of airplanes out there with very, very short lives in the military. I mean, like, for example, like the Bel Air Cobra was a wonderful airplane. It was designed ahead of its time. And India, they used them, and also the English used them a lot, and the Russians used them more than anything. We didn't want them anymore. They're obsolete for their time. So the Russians, they used them as tank busters. They're great. And they were happy with them. And lucky they got them. So a lot of the airplanes, that stuff that we had before World War II were actually obsolete before the event of war. Then when we get the militarists out there who are running the shots, say, hey, we got better stuff on the drawing board what's there right now, but we'll keep that right there until it's time. So December 7th, 1941 changed that. Okay, folks, that concludes the inbox review of a Trumpeter 1/350 scale HMS Dreadnought of 1915. I'm going to put her in my stash pile, and she will be built very, very shortly. Because I'll probably be building about 5 or 6 of these ships all at once, plus catching up my builds of the projects that I have, like my HMS Bounty. And I'm going to start bringing up a couple more within this week, folks, of unfinished projects of the same stage my HMS Bounty was in that I posted yesterday on YouTube. And if I get those done, folks, I'm very tickled pink. I'm pretty well ahead of the game, and get the 88 done for Starry Panzer's German bomber group build. And that means I'll be like a schoolboy, free white and 21 all over again. And for now, my plate is full, and I don't want to bite you more off like I can chew, because I don't want to come down with a bad case of Modeler syndrome, because I got a lot of money and a lot of time invested in these things, like you fellas do too, you know the expense of these things. And you got to finish up, though. If you don't, you push them to the side and they get broke, they'll collect dust, and you'll get so aggravated you just want to shelf it and forget about it. Modeling isn't made that way. So you got to just finish up on your plate, and that's it. Lord knows I got a lot, and I will have them done. Okay, guys, I'd like to thank everybody out there for your wonderful comments on my previous videos. Again, my apologies for not replying back to you guys on the fly on your comments right there, because I'm busy working on these things. And if I get to it, I'll get you back on the fly as fast as I can. I already answered everybody's comments on my Arizona that I done, my last video I did, and I'm very honored everybody enjoys it. There's more to come with that, folks, so let her drive now. I'll just finish up my plate what I got right now. I'm getting back to her. As a matter of fact, I got to finish up my Yonkers 88, and I've got the wings all done on it, and they will be removable So this thing's got a wingspan of a meter long. Every bit of 39 inches, probably more than that. It's a big airplane. I underestimated the size of Iron Annie. She's a big airplane. She's about the size of a C-47, and she's a big airplane. So I finished on Tanty. Right now I'm working on the control surface fairings, and I got the flaps and the ailerons all done. All I need to do is install them on there, and I got the two outboard motors on it, which they fit on the outer wing panels. Make up 3 props, build 2 engines, and she's done. And I'm gonna do a little after I finish up this video. I want to go back and work on it. I'm gonna go ahead and install those control surfaces on there. I'll let them dry, and tomorrow I'll go ahead and work on the engine nacelles and do the best I can to finish it up. I can post it here because I'm doing that on papermodelers.com as a build thread, and the game probably wanted a little Frankie Day app. So Frankie Day's here making videos. We'll get back to papermodelers.com. Okay, guys, this is Frankie Day signing off. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank everybody for your wonderful replies. I am honored, and I enjoy this hobby very much. If it wasn't for this hobby, I'd be in a nursing home. And I ain't going there. I ain't ready for it. I will not go there. Now, like I said in my last video, folks, you know, people, like I work sometimes 7 days a week. Most of the time I work 5 to 6 days a week. 8 hours a day. I'm 74 years old. I gotta work. I can't live on naval pension. And my wife, she's retired from General Motors, and she gets Social Security and her pension, and what I get for the Navy and for my job. We're doing lovely. We're doing fine. Right now, I don't owe nobody nothing. Right now, if I die right now, I'll be debt free. I got no credit cards. I pay cash on the barrel, guys. That's why I sleep good at night. I don't have no credit cards. No problems. I don't want one. And that's about it. Okay, guys, enough chatting right there. So I'd like to thank everybody again for putting up with my unnecessary chatter at times. And to me, this is wonderful therapy for me. And I love this YouTube stuff. I love sharing my builds with everybody. I'm very honored. I got more coming up. I got lots of stuff coming, guys. Lots of surprises for you guys. I'm a magician. I'm always reaching a hat, pulling a rabbit out all the time. So, magicians of secrets. They don't tell all the secrets. You never know. So anyway, I got some builds coming up for you guys. I want to show you in a couple of days. I'll be finishing up on. Okay, guys, time for me to bail out of here right now. I've been here long enough on YouTube. Oh my God, I've been here for 43 minutes. I'm out of here. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys later. Love you guys very much. You guys are the greatest. Thank you, boys. And make Mama happy. And please subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. This is Frankie Day signing off. We'll see you, gentlemen. Bye, man. Take care, fellas.